Social media management is notorious for being high pressure, competitive, and changing literally every day, which is why it isn't surprising that most social media managers get burned out within the first 2 years. So how do you keep going? How do you stay up with the latest updates, protect your mental health, and build a successful social media management business that supports your lifestyle goals? Whether that's working from home with your kiddos or jet setting around the world, that's what this show is all about. Welcome to Social Media Manager Confidential. I'm Shantae Gorman, founder of a 6-figure social media management agency and mentor to social media managers. And I'm here to dish on the ins and outs of the social media management world without any of the gatekeeping that can come along with it. You'll learn, you'll laugh, and you'll leave each episode inspired. Let's dive into today's episode. Hi there, welcome back to another episode of Social Media Manager Confidential. If this is your first episode, a special welcome and shout out to you. Thank you so much for tuning in. And if this is not your first episode and you're coming back every single week, thank you so much for being here and letting me know what you love about the show. I'm really excited and honestly a little bit nervous to dive into today's topic because we're discussing money. And not just any kind of money, but the kind that I have personally made from all of my different offers that I've sold in the last 3 years that were not my done-for-you management. So like my passive income sources. So let's dive in. So I just want to preface this by saying that I am sharing these numbers just for transparency's sake so that you know what has been working for me personally and what you could possibly try doing on your own. And I've told you about passive income as a social media manager in a previous episode. I'll link that in the show notes if you need a refresher. But I've tried out basically every passive income that there is, aside from a membership, because that's a whole beast in itself that I'm just not interested in tackling at the moment. That episode has been one of the top downloaded episodes of this podcast, so I thought I'd dig a little bit deeper into those for you so that you can see what type of work was involved and how much you could potentially make from them. Before I share the numbers, I want to clarify how I'm grouping these offers because for the first couple of years of my business, I was marketing my offers to service-based business owners as well as social media managers. I had several courses come out that taught Instagram marketing and how to create your own content. And I also offered strategy calls and consulting and coaching calls. I had a set of digital post templates that was an add-on to one of the courses as well. And then in 2022, I pivoted and I started creating and marketing offers that were exclusive to social media managers. So I niched down in what my offers were. And I'll get more specific on this as I give you the numbers, but I wanted to include that extra context here. So if you are marketing to business owners versus social media managers, like your numbers may look different. So for 2021, when I was marketing to mostly business owners, here's what my stats were. So I had a couple of online courses that taught Instagram strategy, content creation tips, and then I had one that was a level above that people could grab that was more advanced content creation and to make your content bingeable. And then there was an add-on to that was like done for you post templates, a little pack of those with like reels covers and things like that. And then I had some online workshops that I had hosted live and I was selling some of those recordings. So for the courses, the online workshops and the recordings, in 2021, I sold $8,902 worth. That does not count like my hosting software, which I use Teachable for that, which at the time was like $39 a month. So that was pretty reasonable. They have since increased quite a bit, and I'm actually moving away from them because I think the last time I was billed, it was like $179 a month. And I have found other places to host that's a little bit cheaper. The digital template, just that one little pack I told you about, I made $1,359 from that. Again, this is for 2021. For my group coaching, so I had a course that was also more advanced strategy, overall strategy that I taught in a live group program. It was my very first one that I tried, and a lot of people really loved it. It was a lot. There was a lot in there. I think people got really overwhelmed by it, but it was a great learning experience. They learned things. I learned things. Anyway, so I earned $13,366 from that. And then my coaching and strategy calls, I offered to people who had taken my courses or hadn't taken them, but just wanted like a one-on-one 60-minute call with me. There were ones where I would audit their account, give them a strategy, then we would hop on a call and review it together. So that's kind of the combination of what I've grouped in this section. And I made $12,480 through that. And I sold these through my Instagram posts, stories, and a little bit of email marketing. I wasn't sending emails out too regularly then, but that's basically how I was doing all of that. 2021, my audience was about 10K, I want to say. So you can kind of take those numbers into account for what you want to do. I do want to point out that the offers where I am directly involved, where they are talking to me, where I'm answering their questions on Zoom calls and like we're face to face, unquote, obviously those made quite a bit more than the courses and like the passive stuff where I wasn't involved. For 2022, again, I pivoted to offering specific to social media managers, and my numbers changed somewhat. I removed quite a bit of the courses, like they're archived, they no longer exist or are available for purchase. I have one online workshop that I did that was live, which is the Marketing Funnels mini course. And now I sell the recordings for that. So that's where that was created and recorded. And now that was what was being sold. And then digital templates. So the digital template shop was launched in October of 2022. So it was only live for a few months. And then group coaching, I had the Social Media Manager Success Incubator going. It did technically start in December of 2021, but I'm lumping that all together into 2022 since that's when it actually like started rolling. And then for the coaching and strategy calls, I stopped taking them on from business owners and only started doing it for social media managers and my mentees who just wanted a little extra. So the numbers for this, for the online workshops and recordings, was $4,862. And for the template shop, again, remember this is only for a few months worth of it, it was $5,560. For the incubator, my group coaching program, that was $24,493. And then for the strategy calls, that was $2,030. And I sold these through my Instagram stories, my posts. I had weekly email marketing that I was sending out, my newsletters, they still go out. And I expanded my online presence to TikTok and YouTube toward the last half of that year. Hi there, this is Ad Shantae popping in to let you know about the Sugar Punch Template Shop. Inside the shop are done-for-you templates that I created specifically for social media managers and digital marketers so that you can seamlessly plug and play and have a professional business without losing any more sleep. We all know we need more of that. From a pricing calculator to an onboarding welcome packet to an all-in-one social media calendar, as in you can create, revise, and have clients approve it all through Canva. Love how simple it is. Plus a case study template with 100 proven copy ideas to impress your clients, and a social media marketing proposal template. I've got you covered. Shop the affordable templates or get the discounted bundle, you do you, at my website. I'll link it in the show notes for you. Now back to today's episode. Now for 2023, and it's currently March as I'm recording this, here's what my numbers look like, and this is just for the 3 months, well, 2.5 months for this year. So I have just the one mini course, and so far I've sold $591 worth. For the digital template, I've sold $6,423. I have not sold any coaching or strategy calls. I'm really not offering those currently. I will be opening up a very minimal amount of those for the incubator alumni. here coming soon. But as of right now, I don't have that available. Group coaching. So for the incubator for this year, so far I have sold $7,182 worth. And again, I sell these through my Instagram stories, my posts, my weekly email marketing, my TikTok, my YouTube, my private community, and on the podcast that you're currently listening to. And then the last numbers I'm going to share with you are the totals. So the totals for courses, online workshops, and recordings is $14,361. So that's across the 3 different years that I've listed for you. The digital templates is $13,342. The coaching and strategy calls is $14,510. And group coaching, which is what I push the most, is my incubator program. I have earned $45,041. I don't know why I'm struggling with saying these numbers. So you can definitely see the difference in the price as far as how much I am specifically involved in these offers with how profitable they are. My group coaching also is my most expensive offer, where my more passive stuff like the templates and the pre-recorded stuff is a little bit cheaper because my time is not directly involved in that. So that's where the differences are coming from. Other points I wanted to mention. So again, the difference between the totally passive income, the stuff that I've created once and can sell over and over again, price point is lower, and I don't push them as often. And then the live support with me, with my group coaching, is more expensive, and I also push it more, and more people want that. They want the one-on-one conversation with me and my live support, which is very common, I want to say in 2022 and 2023 specifically. So if you're considering this type of stuff, you might have like a membership where you do lives, give live advice, give live audits, help create content for business owners or whoever your niche is, or like group coaching or group consulting or something like that. You are passive income courses. They're not what people are wanting to buy right now. People are kind of burnt out from those. They want the live. They want the personal touch. They want that social aspect, and that's something that you might have to kind of weigh out the pros and cons for. When you're considering adding passive income and trying to figure out what the format is, and I've mentioned this before, do market research, figure out what it is your audience wants, look at the trends and what your audience is needing. Like, do they need one-on-one support from you? Do they just want like a plug and play template? And if they do, are they going to know how to use it? Like, what do they need? What will make their life easier? And what are they actually going to use? Don't be afraid to create new offers, experiment, cull or rework ones that are no longer working. I have had a past mentee who had a pretty robust course for a specific niche of hers, and she was just really struggling to get people to join it. The price point was a little bit higher because of everything that was included in it, including access to her. And then when she reframed this into a monthly membership at a slightly lower cost, where she kind of dripped out the content month over month versus having it all at once in a course, she had a lot more success with it because her niche, they didn't have the higher income to be able to purchase that course, but they were willing to do the monthly membership, and they wanted that live access to her. So those are the things to kind of consider when it comes to your audience. And if you're not sure what they need or what they want, ask, do market research, have conversations with them, figure out what they would and would not want to pay for. If you have any friends who are social media managers, share the link to this episode with them and help them out. And if you're not already following this podcast, make sure you hit the follow button or the plus button in Apple Podcasts so you can get brand new episodes delivered straight to your podcast app every Friday. Thank you so much for listening. I'll catch you next time. Thanks for tuning in to today's episode. Learn more about my digital template shop, online courses, and mentorship program by going to my website at sugarpunchmarketing.com. And while you're there, make sure you join my safe, supportive community created exclusively for social media managers. It's 100% free to join and packed with really amazing resources, trainings, and people. See you next time.